Hi everyone, Joe Auriemma here on YesNetwork.com. I'm here with a familiar face, the General Manager and Senior Vice President of the New York Yankees, Brian Cashman. I really want to talk about this offseason because you made some great moves. You bring in Curtis Granderson. I know you had your eye on him from really the World Series, even before the World Series, as a possible player to come in here. How did that trade happen?
Well, I mean, you engage the marketplace, both trade and free agent, and find out what the available choices are. And he was someone that was, for the right price available in the marketplace. And you come across a lot of players you like. It's just the ability to match up and the willingness to pay the price necessary. And we found a comfortable price that, although it hurt, obviously I was willing to move forward with, and hopefully it'll benefit us. I mean, Curtis Granderson's a terrific player, and he brings a lot of strong attributes to us. I think he's he's a very athletically gifted player. He can steal bases. He can play plus defense for us. He's terrific against right-handed pitching. He does not hit left-handed pitching, so we're not here to all of a sudden miraculously turn him into a guy who hits left-handed pitching. So, if he does, it's a bonus. But other than that, he's young. He's on a good contract. He's got good young legs. He's a nice athletic guy that crushes right-handed pitching and plays good defense. So we'll take it.
And the Javier Vasquez trade. This is a guy who was here in 2004, had a rough second half, an all-star in the first half of that season. What did you like about bringing Javier Vasquez back here, and how did that come about?
Well, Javier Vasquez continues to be, towards the top of our, pitching assessments on the starters in the game over the last decade, to be quite honest. And, he's a tremendous starting pitcher. So one of my first calls of the winter was to Atlanta to see if I could pry him through, and they were as a quick no. They wanted to move others and retain Javi, and for good reason. But as their winter went through, I stayed in touch with them, and thankfully I made one call extra by and determined that they were unable to move the players that they wanted to pair payroll, so they were forced to talk about a player like Javi Vasquez. And again, if we were able to match up and find a compromise, and I'd be willing to do it. And it makes our pitching staff so much deeper. He comes in, and pushes a competition of 5 guys for one spot in the 5th spot. If CC and AJ and Andy Pettit stay all healthy, he takes care of the 4th spot for us. We feel we have 4 guys on any given day can pitch like a number 1 or a number 2 level type starter, and then we have a number of guys that can compete now for the 5th spot between Jabba and Hughes and Aceves and Gaudin and Mitre, and then all 5 of those guys have pitched out of the bullpen too, so it makes our bullpen better, it makes our rotation better, and that's going into this season, I think, a much improved Yankee roster because the pitching has gotten better on paper, which is, that's what's going to make or break us anyway.
And the AL East, one last question here. The AL East is just so competitive every year. And teams like Baltimore, they've greatly improved. Toronto's right there. The Rays, everybody's giving the Rays rave reviews this offseason. And the Red Sox, again, another tough division in 2010. What can you say about the teams that you have to compete against all year?
The American League East has provided the American League champion in the World Series the last 3 years between the Red Sox, the Rays, and then us this past season. And so in terms of representing the American League in the World Series. So that speaks to our division. I mean, there's no doubt the Rays are real. There's no doubt the Red Sox are real. I like to think we're real. Everybody's got something to prove. There's no cakewalk when you're going through Baltimore or Toronto, and quite frankly, the rest of our league. I mean, we are the dominant league in Major League Baseball, and I think we're the dominant division. So we got our hands full, and get that automatic berth to the postseason, you have to win the division. After that, it's risky because, as we knock the heck out of each other in our division, there's no even guarantee. No guarantee you're going to have the wild card come out of this division. And so, that's why it's so important for us to stay healthy, play to the best of our abilities, and then hope for the best because the competition is real thick this year, like it is every year, but even it's going to be tougher this year.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. That's Brian Cashman assembling a team that will hopefully bring back ring number 28 here in New York.